Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll cover the amazing game between Gukesh, the young Indian star, and the Armenian legend Gabriel Sargissian. It's round 6 of the Chess Olympiad Chennai 2022 and it's India versus Armenia. And in this game, Gukesh just showed that he's one of the best players in the world and went on to completely crush his opponent. So without further introduction, let's jump right into it. Gukesh is playing white and he starts with d4. d5 and now c4 going for the queen's gambit. e6 and now knight to f3 avoided Nimzo Indian defense which has a good reputation from the black side. Knight to f6 and now knight to c3. And here Gabi chooses to opt for the Ragozin defense and he goes bishop to b4. Queen to a4 by Gukesh, given a check and attacking the bishop and now knight to c6. e3, short castle, bishop to d2 and now d capture on c4. Bishop capture on c4 and now bishop back to d6. And Gukesh here goes back with his queen to c2. And here Gabi goes for a very direct move which leads to a few simplifications and he goes e5. D capture on e5, knight capture on e5, bishop back to e2, and now knight capture on f3. And now Gukesh recaptures with his pawn. And this move of course entails some risk because white is giving himself voluntarily the doubled pawns, but his compensation lies in the open g-file. And also white is going to go long castle and start attacking the black king immediately. And this is actually what happened in the game. After a6 by Gabi, Gukesh goes for long castle. b5 expanding on the queen side, and now rook on h to g1. b4 and now knight to e4. Knight capture on e4 and pawn capture on e4. Queen to e7 and now f4. And now the position is still equal, but white has a very direct threat of going e5. And with the pawn on e5, white can immediately start attacking on the king side. He has ideas to double up on the g-file, and he can also go e6 and f5 and try to go for a direct attack, and this is actually very hard to defend. And that's why here black should have gone f6, because e5 is such a big trick that you have to stop it immediately. And for example here, if white goes e5 anyway, after f capture on f5, bishop to d3, attacking the h7 pawn, pawn capture on f4, bishop capture on h7, king to h8, now pawn capture on f4, bishop capture on f4, bishop capture on f4, and rook capture on f4. And this is still a very complex position, but black is by no means worse. Of course here the black king is a little bit vulnerable, but also black is up a pawn, and still anything can happen in this game. But in this position, instead Gabi goes a5, which was completely unnecessary in this position. Now e5 by Gukesh, and now bishop to c5. Rook to g5, threatening to double up on the g-file, bishop to a6, and rook to g1. And here you can't capture the bishop, because after rook check, this is just checkmate. So here Gabi goes g6, and after bishop capture on a6, rook capture on a6, now f5, utilizing this pen on the g-file, and now bishop back to a7. e6 by Gukesh, and now king to h8. King to b1, avoiding any ideas of queen to e8 and rook to c6. And black here goes g capture on f5. And here comes the amazing crushing move, bishop capture on b4. And now black is just lost. It doesn't matter how you capture, whether with the queen or with the a-pawn. For example, in the game, Sargissian goes queen capture on b4. And now after queen to g2, threatening mate on the g8 square, you have to give a check and trade the queens. And now the killer below, e7, rook to e8, and now rook to g8 check. Rook take, king take, and now white just makes a new queen and he's completely winning. And also here, if you capture with the pawn, this doesn't change anything, simply queen to g2. White is threatening mate again, so you have to go queen to d8, and after e7, queen to d3 check, queen to c2, queen take, king take, rook to b8, and now simply we give a check and we make a new queen. And this is practically the same position, except that the pawn now is on f5 instead of a4, but this doesn't change that much. Black is still lost. So if we go back to what happened in the game, here black goes king to g7. And after queen to e5 check, rook to f6, queen to g5, rook to g6, queen capture on a5, rook to g1, king to c2, rook to g2 check, and now king to b3, and the white king is completely safe. Bishop to b6, trying to harass the white queen, and now queen to e5 check, king to f8, and queen to h8 check, king to e7, and now we see that the h pawn just falls, and the pawns are falling one by one, rook to e2, queen capture on e4, king to f7, and now queen to b4 check. And this is the position when Gabi resigned, as simply there is nothing to do. If you go c5, the bishop just drops. And similarly here, if you try to move your king, for example, you go king to e8, just queen to b5 check, and the rook drops. And also if you go king to g8, simply queen to g4 check, and the rook again drops. And this is the end. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell to get our latest videos. Thank you guys again for watching and see you in the next video.